battle Fab and Banks in a battle like we do it, right?
Right.
Who you got?
Space.
Fab or Banks? You know what I'm saying? In a battle like we do it. Hey, this right.
That's one of my favorite rappers of all time. So.
Space, bro.
In that,
I want to Fab got him. I'm telling you, bro.
Money in the Bank. I'm saying when I woke up.
I talked to these two gentlemen.
Uncle Murda just kicked off 2026 with his 2025 wrap-up, and it's got the hip-hop world buzzing. The track feels like a mix of playful jabs and strategic nods, mainly aimed at Jim Jones and Mayo, while teasing slick wordplay about their current situations. Fans are especially hyped because there's a hint of a possible collaboration with 50 Cent, sending speculation into overdrive. Is this a prelude to a full G-Unit resurgence, or just a warm-up for something bigger dropping on the Let's Rap About It podcast? Every line in the track feels intentional. Nothing seems rushed, which has people convinced there's more going on behind the scenes. Interestingly, not everyone got called out. Fabulous only got a light mention, and Dave East wasn't referenced at all, which surprised fans. Murda even hinted that if 50 drops a response, he's ready to jump on it, keeping the suspense high and the tension brewing. The track opens boldly, calling out Jim Jones early and setting a confident tone. A lot of the energy connects back to Tony Ayo and the upcoming podcast discussions, which have been stirring plenty of conversation online. Murda also references Mayo and the alleged rent issues tied to the podcast studio, where 50 joked about buying the building if things weren't handled, making it clear Murda's verse is tapping into real moments in hip-hop drama. The vibe of the track stays more playful than aggressive, especially toward Mayo, and it's clear the focus was on Jim Jones and Mayo this time around. Fabulous barely gets a mention, and Dave East isn't referenced at all. Fans have noticed Mayo seems to be reacting the most, adding another layer of energy to the story. Murda makes it clear, if 50 jumps in, he's ready to respond, but the approach is calm, deliberate, and strategic, not chaotic. This isn't about destroying careers or sparking unnecessary drama. Murda switched up his delivery, keeping it sharp and clean, while the smaller lyrical jabs throughout the track suggest this might be setting the stage for something bigger with 50. The new year is just getting started, and anyone who follows 50 Cent knows he rarely stays quiet for long, which has fans eagerly anticipating his next move. Will he respond, bring back G-Unit energy, or quietly play chess while everyone else reacts? Only time will tell, but Uncle Murda's wrap-up definitely left the streets talking. Right now, everything is purely speculation. There's no official plan or announcement from 50 Cent, and rumors are swirling that the Let's Rap About It podcast might even change direction or take a break, but nothing is confirmed. If that happens, opinions would probably be split on whether it's fair or not. Still, most fans agree on one thing: they want the focus to stay on the music. People keep saying they'd rather see these back and forth play out on tracks instead of in interviews. The truth is, times have changed. It's not the early 2000s when every single call-out demanded an immediate response. 50 doesn't owe anyone a reaction. He moves on his own schedule. That unpredictability is exactly what keeps people talking. Silence alone can control the conversation, and 50 knows it. That said, 50 is known for his competitive streak and love of clever comebacks. If the timing feels right, he could easily jump back in the booth just for fun. These days, his focus isn't on topping charts or chasing radio hits. Most of his creative work has shifted toward soundtracks, TV projects, and movie productions. He's still active, just in a different lane. The big question is whether he'll flip the switch and bring back that bold, no-hesitation energy from his early career, or continue staying calm and business-focused. Some fans even wonder if this could lead to a full musical comeback, maybe something reminiscent of his How to Rob era. But realistically, that seems unlikely right now. Rumors hint that he might have new material recorded, but nothing is confirmed. One thing is clear: 50 always finds a way to make an impact on his own terms. He doesn't back down or move out of fear, and observers agree he's thinking several steps ahead, no matter his next move. His brand power is unmatched. His name alone carries huge influence across music and entertainment. Even if he doesn't respond to the current podcast chatter, it's not a loss. Discussions like this usually fade within weeks unless he chooses to act. When you zoom out, it's easy to see why his name still carries weight. Las Vegas tapped 50 to headline a massive New Year's Eve event, a slot reserved for global stars. They didn't call Fabulous, Jim Jones, Maino, or Dave East for that. That shows just where 50 stands in terms of relevance and impact. The others still matter in their own lanes, but compared to the 50's broad appeal and legacy, the contrast is clear. 50's ability to stay in the spotlight decade after decade demonstrates his staying power in music and business. He's reportedly the most streamed artist from New York for the third consecutive year, proving his catalog still resonates with listeners worldwide. His brand power, name recognition, and influence feed into that ongoing success.
Now the question everyone is asking, will 50 respond to the latest mentions? No one knows for sure. Based on Uncle Murda's recent tone, some fans believe he might be hinting at something coming soon. The suspense around 50's next move keeps building daily. Social media is buzzing with theories as fans dissect every lyric, post, and interview for hidden clues. Some say he's been in the studio late nights. Others believe he's letting the tension grow to make his next drop even bigger. Either way, 50 Cent's presence is still commanding attention. It instantly. Right now, it's a waiting game. Every social media post, every repost, every subtle nod in a freestyle is being dissected as a clue, and 50 Cent knows it. That's the power of his brand. He doesn't need to react immediately, because even his silence commands attention. Uncle Murda's moves are keeping the buzz alive, making sure 50's name stays front and center in conversations. But let's be real, the narrative doesn't fully shift until 50 decides to act. His timing is always calculated, his energy deliberate. If he chooses to drop something, whether it's a track, a feature, or a full collaboration with Murda and maybe Tony Yo, it could instantly change the entire game. The intriguing part is how much control 50 still holds over the story. He's letting the chatter build, letting fans speculate, and letting competitors react, all while keeping his cards close to his chest. That's classic 50 behavior. Calm on the surface, strategic underneath. Anyone who's watched his career knows that when he finally decides to strike, the impact is immediate and undeniable. Meanwhile, the other players, Mayo, Jim Jones, Fabulous, or anyone else connected to this drama, can keep posting, reacting, and talking, but the momentum only shifts when 50 moves. Everything else is just noise. The culture is watching, dissecting every little detail, because the moment he drops something, the energy flips completely. Right now, it's all patience, anticipation, and speculation. Will he let the situation fade naturally, or will he step in and remind everyone why his presence still dominates? Either way, all eyes are locked on 50 Cent. When he makes his next move, the entire hip-hop world will feel it instantly. And that's exactly how he's always played the game.